They score! They score!
Welcome to God's Playbook with your host, Father Rico Passero.
Lock at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Touchdown!
Let's play ball.
Friends, welcome back to God's Playbook. Here we are in the second week of October, and the season of fall is upon us. When we think of the season of autumn or fall, we see the changing of the leaves on the trees. Those beautiful fall colors suggest that summer is over and creation itself is changing. When I think of fall from a spiritual perspective, I often think of myself too. How am I different now in this new season? Though this isn't liturgical, when we move from summer to fall, I think of myself spiritually and think, how am I growing in my own spiritual life? Many people kind of use the school year as a means of shaping their lives. So they might go really hard from September to the end of June and then use July and August as months of more relaxing, whether they take extra vacation to be with their children for those who have children, or to take a little bit easier while the weather is nicer. But the weather change should also reflect a change in our spiritual lives too. That September is now in the rearview mirror, and as we enter into October and we see the leaves changing, how am I changing spiritually? How am I growing in holiness? How am I deepening my relationship with God? Am I more active in my parish? Have I committed to Bible study? Am I spending more time in prayer? Am I honing in on particular sins that I want to eradicate from my own life? Am I making sure that I spend more time volunteering or thinking of others? These are all examples of ways in which we can also change like creation is. If you're a visual person like I know I am, these are visual reminders when we think of, the leaves on the trees or the transition from shorts and short sleeves to pants and sweaters. It tells us that we need to change what we're doing, how we're dressing. We often think also about sunlight and how, depending on the type of season and the time of year, we could have either more sunlight during the day or perhaps less. So when we use creation as a means of changing what we say and do as far as who we are and how we live within this season that we now call fall, may it also inspire us spiritually to make those adjustments, tweaks, and changes. Let's get rid of those bad habits that we might continue to procrastinate about and seek ways to actually enhance our good habits. Yesterday, we celebrated the feast of Our Lady of the Rosary. Rosary is a great tool. Do I pray the rosary every day? If so, great. If not, well, that would be a good start. When's the last time I went to confession? I like to suggest to people at a minimum to go once a month. It's a great way of making sure we're living holiness and asking God to be merciful and loving towards us when we fall into the traps of sin. How am I in my relationship with one another? What's my prayer life like? How can I be more present to my spouse, my children, my parents, my family and friends, depending on our own vocation? Fall suggests change. May that inspire us to change as well and see this as an opportunity to grow. As we see changes in creation, may we see changes in ourselves too. But change for the better, of course. What can you do? What can I do to not only live in the season of fall, but use it to inspire us to go deeper in our relationship with God and to grow in personal holiness? For God's Playbook friends, I'm Father Rico. God loves you, and so do I.
If you like what you hear, please consider supporting us using any of our affiliate links in the description below via Buzzsprout, Ko-Fi, or GoFundMe. Thanks, and God bless.